46-year-old Jesse Mitchell fatally shot his 31-year-old wife, Yohara Mitchell, before turning the gun on himself in a murder-suicide. The incident occurred at around 1:21 p.m. on the 19th of May 2022 at a home located at 23 Mudge Street in Lynn, Massachusetts, when the authorities responded to reports of gunfire. When the police arrived at the scene, they found two unresponsive bodies inside the home. Yohara had been fatally shot, and Jesse deceased from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The investigators said the couple were former Marines that were going through a tense separation and custody battle over their two children. Yohara had placed a restraining order against Jesse about a month prior to the attack, as she was afraid of him and the multiple guns he owned. Friends and relatives described Yohara as a strong woman and loving mother, who fought until the very end for her kids. The investigation into the matter continues. 60-year-old Eric Brown has been arrested and charged with shooting 61-year-old Ronnie Dale Hoots. The incident occurred at around 9:52 p.m. on the 20th of May 2022, when the authorities responded to a home located at 5840 Wildwood Road in Salisbury, North Carolina, on reports of shots fired. When they arrived, first responders found Ronnie's lifeless body lying inside the house with two gunshot wounds. The investigators quickly determined that Eric was the suspect in the shooting. The authorities said they believe the killing stemmed from issues between the two men that developed earlier in the day at the same address. They said that Eric later returned to confront Ronnie at his home and shot him. It's unclear what the argument was about that led to the shooting. Deputies went to Eric's home, located at 108 Cemetery Road in Granite Quarry, where he was arrested without incident. Detectives located a handgun in the home that is believed to have been used in the shooting. Eric has been charged with murder and is currently being held at the Rowan County Detention Center without bond. 47-year-old James Fulton is behind bars after fatally shooting 32-year-old Daryl Ford. The incident occurred at around 10:16 p.m. on the 20th of May 2022, when the authorities responded to a property located in the 14,000 block of State Highway 41 in Fairmont, North Carolina, on reports of a person being shot. When officers arrived, they found Daryl in the driveway suffering from a gunshot wound. He was rushed to a local hospital, but he was pronounced dead shortly thereafter. The authorities learned that an ongoing family dispute led to the shooting, and they identified James as a suspect who had fled the scene and headed to South Carolina. Shortly after the shooting, James, a resident of Marietta, was arrested by the Lakeview Police Department. He's been charged with second-degree murder and is held at the Dillon County Detention Center in South Carolina and will be extradited back to North Carolina. The investigation into the matter continues. 28-year-old Minnesota mother, Julissa Thaler, has been arrested and charged with murdering her 6-year-old son, Eli Hart. The events came to light on the morning of the 20th of May 2022, when the Orono Police Department received reports of a silver Chevy Impala driving on a tyre rim with the back window smashed out, which belonged to Julissa. The authorities spotted the vehicle and pulled it over, and while inspecting the car they noticed blood inside. They then searched the trunk of the car and discovered Eli's lifeless body stuffed inside, and Julissa was arrested. Investigators also found further evidence of foul play at a nearby gas station that the car had stopped at. Julissa is held in custody at the Hennepin County Jail, and she's charged with murder. The authorities also arrested a 27-year-old male suspect who was in the vehicle with Julissa at the time it was pulled over. Charges are pending. The boy's father, Tory Hart, is engaged to another woman. He's been in a custody battle against the boy's mother. Julissa is said to suffer from mental health challenges and drug addiction. Despite this, she was awarded full custody of Eli on the 10th of May this year. Eli suffers from a rare genetic disorder named Townes-Brocks syndrome that caused kidney disease and hearing problems that required hearing aids. He was described as a patient-happy child who loved playing with matchbox cars and wanted to become a firefighter.